Oh boy, digital marketing humans, we're back on it again. What's your take on astrology? Do the stars determine our lives? Can the factor be a factor at least? So I'm glad this came up because the pearls of whatever, and someone throw it in there because it was a great story. And I agree completely with what Goddard says. I still stand by what I also said at the time, which is Goddard had esoteric training, I'm sure of it. The way I see it is you should never ever use astrology or any numerology, any of that crap. Tarot cards, psychics, you should never use any of that stuff to figure out what's going to happen to you. Never, never, ever, ever. You create your reality. You should never go to an outside source and tell them, hey, what should I think about? That's not how it works. You think about it, you become it consciously, and then it's expressed on your world outwardly. So what Goddard's saying on the pearl thingy, and someone please throw it in there, it'll be so awesome. But the pearls of, I don't know, I can't want to screw it up. What's more important is that we realize we create the reality, that there's no outside force that governs that. No astrology governs how things are going to happen. No numerology governs how things are going to happen. Now, to go back to my point, the esoteric side of it, when I'm manifesting things, do I sometimes see interesting number patterns in the world that are indicative to me of what I'm trying to manifest? Yes. Does it mean anything? Not really. But it's indicative. I manifested it in my outer world as a sign from my higher self that, hey, this is in progress. And so I see that and go, hey, cool. That's all. So numerology plays a part for sure because I see numbers. I'm a numbers guy. So when numbers pop in my life, yes, I absolutely do that. But do I make plans? Like I'm going to do my manifestation on November 11th because it's 1111. And when I do it that way, that's better and more powerful. No, do your freaking manifestation now, today, on, February 3rd. Who cares? Don't let something like that stop you. But I also understand one thing that happens, I think it's happening right now because I was noticing it yesterday. That's where I was like, I just can't type today. Mercury's retrograde, I believe right now. And it affects me. I'm a Gemini. It does affect me. And that's what I was telling someone when I was typing back to him, I kind of noticed it after the effect. It's usually how it happens. Like I said, yesterday I'm like, dude, I was like trying to type emails and I'd get my hand shifted by one letter and I was just like, what the frick word was that? Like, it's just solid red underlined words on my page because nothing is actually a word. And it has no clue what I'm trying to type because, so again, I was just having issues yesterday. So that's where it kind of hit me. Do I make decisions? Like, I'm not going to sign contracts during a Mercury retrograde. I don't know. I mean, I guess if I could put off signing one, I might, but I wouldn't let that stop me. That's not that big a thing, right? So I don't know. But again, do not let it force you or do not let it limit you or any of that kind of stuff. I don't think astrology or numerology are things that govern, but I do think they're things that are indicative of kind of how stuff's playing out. It's kind of my understanding of it. I mean, if you listen to that speech that someone I hopefully has shared, like I think Goddard is, that's kind of where he's coming from with it. Like, don't believe in this thing as some sort of outer proof, but understand, he didn't just poo-poo it and say numbers suck. And when you see things cool in life, don't pay, right? Like, I don't know. I just felt like there was a small underlying, hang on a second. Let's give this a fairness.